Hi everyone, my name's Yogaraj. So this is my portfolio project, and yeah, so I'm gonna be doing a portfolio project on anime data. So basically, I got this data set from anime. So let me just share my screen so that you can look at what the what the data looks like. Just get this out of the way, and yeah, so this is my Kaggle project. So this is one of my first projects here in Kaggle, but yeah. So this is how the dataset looks. So this has my name, rating, rank of the anime, popularity of the anime, like from when the anime was like started and when it ended, like number of members which are like viewing the anime, and the type of anime where like the anime is played. So I'm gonna talking about my whole project here, and so if you have any questions or if you have like if you want to reach out to me, this video is mainly for recruiters, and I'm trying to find a job here now that I finished my master's in data analytics. But yeah, so if you want to reach out to me, here's my information here. Like I have my mobile number, my email ID, LinkedIn profile, and so let me go right through it. And so these are like some of the topics which I'm going to discuss with you. So as for the introduction, so like I'm a huge fan of anime, and I've always been curious about like what animes are better, what animes are good, and what animes like become popular, and what animes like some I see some of the animes which are like Death Note and all, like which are highly popular, but they're not the best animes in the world, right? So this is what I'm trying to find out because I'm like really interested with anime data. And so what I'm trying to solve with this project is the minimalist complexity problem. Basically, what it means is, let's say this basically happens in stores like Lidl, Aldi, Tesco, or like grocery stores. So basically, what it happens is like they don't want to collect too much data about the customers, but at the same time, like they want to like derive the most important factors, most important analysis from the data set. So that's where this happens. So basically, like you have very little number of rows. In our problem, we only have 6 rows. We only have 6 columns, and we have to derive the most information out of these 6 columns. And so basically, where how it's helpful is, let's say you have a little in front of your house, and people usually like when you have a little in front of your house, they tend to buy more items from the shop. Whereas, like if you have a little outside, like little farther from your place, like you get to you don't want to travel every day to the shop and like buy things for like basic needs and then come back to a house. You usually do it like once a week, all of your products. So this helps the shop owners like Tesco or Lidl like to know that what kind of customers you are, and basically like how where they can open a new shop which is like attracts either the outgoing traffic or the foot traffic. And so yeah, that's what the problem is. And so I've approached this problem in 2 ways because like every company out there has a different approach to solving a problem. So I want to project myself in a way that I can solve problems in multiple ways, not just in a way like in a set way. So I'm doing this problem in everything in Python. Basically, like I'm doing the data cleaning, doing the analysis, I'm doing all the things needed for the project in Python, where you have my where you have my Kaggle profile, and I can show you that I'm gonna go walk through this project first with you guys, and then after this I'm also gonna be doing uh, an ETL process and visualization in Power BI ETL process I'm doing within Alteryx. I'm visualization I'm doing in Power BI. I'm doing the same process in both of them, but of course the visualizations and the analysis derived from each of them is very different, which you'll be able to see in this project. So let me go to the Python implementation here first. As you can see, this is my Kaggle profile, and so basically, we have a data analysis data set here, and what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to first explore the data and then do a trend analysis on them, and then like we am gonna do a top analysis or top anime analysis on them. Either it can be like most what's the top most popular rated animes, what's the most high rated animes, and what's the most like longest running animes. So here you go, like so as you can see, like I'm just taking the data set here. I'm just going to read the data set. So this is how the data set looks like in its originality. And now we have to try to clean up this data because like as you can see this in members, there's like members written here, which we don't need the text. And since it's a minimalist data, like we need to try to expand the data because so this will be the start date and this will be the end date of the project. So like we need to try to split the data up into two, and we to try to like derive as much analysis from this as possible. So here you go. So what we're trying to do is like we're trying to explore the data, like what columns we have, what's the shape of the data set we have, and is there any null values? Apparently, so there's no null values in this project, which is good for us. And then we're gonna see like what's like standard deviation, mean, median for this project, and then we're trying to replace here the members as well as the commas in the members values. We only want the integer type, which we can do analysis on easily. And then once we have done this, we're going to split the popularity into start date and then end date. So as you can see, like we have started and ended, but we need it in a like more like a date time format. So we are going to split it, and we are gonna like because like we also have like null values in the popularity, so we are going to like try to remove the null values here, and we are going to like calculate a like make the start date and end date in a proper date time format, and we're gonna like derive a duration from them, and then obviously we're gonna make the duration into an integer format again, like which is helpful for our business, which is helpful for our analysis. Now once we have done this, this is mostly like explore data analysis and data cleaning, data processing, and transformations required. And then let's look at some of the analysis which we're going to be doing. So this is like the histogram of rating, like how the rating is distributed across the project. And as you can see, like most of the animes are in the basic range with a rating of like 6 to 7, 6 to 8. And really high rated animes, the like the very less really high rated animes. And this mainly because like there's a production issue, maybe like there's not like much production cost involved in the anime, or like whether the anime is too long and it's not really easy for you to uh watch the anime. So now let's look at the so that's one of the things, like let's look at the duration and how it affects the rating. So as you can see here, like the longest animes or doesn't really have like huge number of people watching them, as well as the like look, this says a lot, because if you want to create a new anime and it's like a very long anime, then it's gonna affect the member base, because no one wants to see an anime which runs for like 1,000 days. People want to see a shorter and sweeter animes. So this tells us that make your anime shorter if you were making an anime right now. And then as you can see here, like just we can see here, like so if you see this corner here, so you can see that although animes are like, highly rated, very few animes have what do you call a viewership, a higher viewership. So just because your anime is great does not mean like it's gonna have like the highest number of viewers, but if your anime is like even a little bit towards higher rating, and then like if it has lower members, that means like the anime is doing great. But you could obviously like try to involve more viewership, like try to engage your viewers with this. And then we're gonna look at like top five animes with respect to rating, then top five longest running animes, top five, and then the average anime, like rating anime in each of these platforms. So now, as you can see, like most of the animes are like viewed through TV, and if you want to make it an online for an online platform, like this right now at this point, like little less enthusiasm about it. And then let's actually look at the time series of the model. So as you can see, this is one of the major crucial things of the project, because we want to be, so the main question will be like, why should we invest in anime? So as you can see here, the number of animes released per year is increasing rapidly, and at this point, you want to invest at this point, because that's where the business is taking place. You know, like that's where your business is gonna be. This is like the foundation of this is like getting a Tesla share for like $10. So this is gonna increase, like if you improve on it, it's gonna increase the business like really well, improve really well. And then now that you know with the analysis, you can see like what kind of animes do you wanna actually invest in. So let's look at that now. So that's my Python implementation. So like we are trying to get a minimalist data of like 6 rows, 6 features into something like a longer, elaborate data set from the original data set. And then let's look at the analysis. Again, we're saying that and like this is while most of the animes are like there's like a huge number of animes, most of the animes are like 6 to 7 rated, and then length of the anime is like affecting the number of viewers it has. Like high, just because it's a high rated anime does not mean it has like a huge viewership. Like with the increase in the number of animes, like there's a popularity or growing popularity in the society, which you can exploit at this point. And then we have most popular animes, most popular longest running animes. And then now let's look at this from an ETL perspective, how we can implement this. And then here I'm trying to use Alteryx and Power BI. And the one number one question is like, why are you using Alteryx for this project? So basically, it's for like Alteryx is very simple. It is very fast, and like if you have like a higher range of data, like you can still scale the data to a higher range. And for me personally, because it's free to use and there's like very easy setup, like not much hard work is required to like set up the Alteryx tool. And as recruiter for recruiters is a good way to impress you guys with the portfolio project. So here's my workflow. So what I'm trying to do is again the same thing I did for Python, but a little more advanced. So I'm trying to remove members from the members feature. I'm trying to remove null values and empty values. I'm trying to split the popularity into start date and end date. I'm like changing the data. So I'm changing the data types. I'm adding duration for like the how long the anime actually ran. I'm trying to do the calculation of year on year change, which I didn't do in Python, but here is like I felt it was valuable for our insights. So basically, like how did the viewership change from previous year to this year? So let's actually look at the Power BI visualization for this tool. So this is the first thing. So first thing, like I answered this question already in Python, but let's look at it from a Power BI perspective. From this perspective, why anime data? So as you can see here, like there's an average increase of 6% year on year. So like, every year there's a 6% increasing market, which potentially untapped right now, and so which you can actually focus on. So another thing is like why this popularity increase and how is this increasing? Like if you want to create an anime right now, like how do you want to like approach it? So you want an anime which has a like rating of 8.44, and because this increases with every increase in an anime, like the number of viewers increases with 73K, 76K, which is like a vast amount of people like viewing your anime, which will lead to your financial achievements, which will help you with your financial increasing the financial value of your anime. And then so as you can see, like with viewership, like you can see the average rating of animes is also growing up every year, while the duration of animes is also going up every year. The membership like the viewership for every is also growing up every year. But at the same time, you want to create an anime which is small but which has a higher rating and like which has a huge viewership. That's the sweet spot for our anime, for your anime production. And let's actually look at how this viewership is getting affected here. So a success point, like for your success of an anime, the tipping point is 8.4 rating. You'd actually get 8.4 rating. So if you see here, like an 8.4 rating anime has a has a viewership of 798K and an average rating of like 8.63, average duration of only 140 days. So you want the anime to be like short and sweet. And the highest ranked anime is obviously number one, which is Shinjuku no Kyoji. And actually, let's look at it from the Power BI perspective. So if you see here, like I've created a sort of like a slicer for this. So basically, like if you actually see here, if your anime is below 8.4 rating, then the average members drop like very significantly. Whereas the average viewership, average rating, average duration of the anime is similar. But if you don't want the anime to be too small, you don't want the anime to be too big. So, for example, like if you can see here, the longest running anime is Doraemon, and it's run for like 9.5K days, which is like 9,500 days. But this again poses a question like, does the longest running anime like really matter that much? Like, if you want to create a longer running anime, like does the viewership and the number of affect your viewership? So let's look at this. So as you can see here, like this is going to be like the highest number of viewers for the animes. And as you can see here, like Shinjuku no Kyoji, which is an anime like has four like 41 million, like 4.1 million anime viewers. While so this is going to be like a really important thing because as you can see here, the duration like is around like 140, is around like 140 days. And so like here we have an anime which is like uh, a huge anime which is like One Piece and Naruto Shippuden, which have like, huge length, huge the longest animes which are, I think like I have seen. And but the viewership is not that great as much as you can see in the first two three animes here because Death Note is obviously very small, Full Metal Alchemist is small, Shinjuku no Kyoji is actually small, but they all have like huge viewership, whereas animes like Naruto, One Piece, Boruto, they have like less viewership but are really long. So that's what I'm trying to say in my project. Like, if you want your project to be like as small as possible, but also like with a higher rating, so that you can like have this proper storyline at the same time. You can have have a viewership which is not diminishing. So this is my analysis. Like this is the research for my analysis. So like have an anime with better production, have an anime which is short and sweet. Like just because your anime is high rated, you cannot expect the viewership to increase with it. And then now is the right time for you to be investing in animes, or if, for you to be like creating animes of your own. And then the successes of shorter animes like Shinjuku no Kyoji are like duplicable, and you need to create a shorter anime. And because it's also shorter, like it's also budget friendly for your business, so you can have a shorter anime which implements your business like interest very closely. So that's my project. And then with my future work, what I can do with this, if I had a, if I have a like free SQL server which I can connect with, I can actually implement Power BI and Power BI and Arctic tools on live data, which is like as the anime is progressing, you can have the viewership, and obviously since you, if you're like you can monitor the progress of your anime day to day. And since like it's an SQL server, we can also produce like shorter execution time for this. And because this shorter execution time, we can have a huge impact on you, huge impact on getting your client sponsorship. And then because we have a homogeneous set of data, like because we only have like we're trying to implement this on like only 6 features. If we had like more features which we can add on, our analysis could be more delicate and more explanatory. So, and for the non-recruiters, obviously, if you're not a recruiter, anime are great. Please do watch it, like, and promote it. If you're having a suggestion anime, please do let me know. This is my email ID. Also, like, I'm looking for an analyst, job analyst role in Ireland, and so hit me up, help me up in LinkedIn. I have my LinkedIn profile like posted here. I'm gonna add this to the YouTube and description. And thank you.